everyone, welcome back to my channel. So it's very windy. If you can hear that, I do apologize, but I'm going to do my Project 10 uses. I am a little bit late in filming this, so I'm going to probably be late posting it as well, but I have a lot of items rolling out and very excited because I have some eyeshadow palettes rolling out. And if you know, I had a lot of eyeshadow palettes in this project last month, and I finally am been able to roll out my big mega one, which I'll get into. But then I would say most of the items I'm able to roll out today. There's only a few where I'm rolling out slightly early, but I feel like I've done a really good job at just getting through everything, you know, using items 10 times or more. And then, as you know, I have kind of split this up, so I do a separate video where I do my Shop My Stash, and everything that I pull from my Shop My Stash will be what I want to use in my Project 10 uses. So let's get into it because I think this was going to be a little bit long. All right, as always, I think I'm going to start with all the items that I'm rolling out. I'm just going to start with what is in front of me. So I've got my matte, this is the Matte Fix Plus. And this one I've used 10 times. I like it, but it's just the spritzer. I don't think it's my favorite, but that one I've definitely used 10 times. So I'm going to be rolling that one out. I've also been working on my ABH concealer, and this one I've used 16 times this last month. So this one's gonna be rolling out. I really find that this is a good concealer, but it kind of looks a little bit heavy under my eyes. So I definitely want to pull a lighter one. Next up, I've been working on this Tarte Maracuja Tinted Hydrator. This one I've actually kind of enjoyed. This one I've used 12 times. I really enjoy it, but there's a bunch of other foundation that I want to use. Next, I've been using my Catrice primer. This is the 10-in-1. I've actually really enjoyed it. I was a little bit against it because it was tinted, but I actually really enjoy it. I used that 10 times. And I've been working on my Cheek Bomb Bomb. This is the Lip and Cheek Bomb Bomb, and this one I really enjoy. I've been using this quite a bit. I've used this 11 times. I have it on. Actually, no, I don't have this one on today, but I really enjoy this. So this one's rolling out. I've got my Laura Mercier Loose Powder. This one I forgot to talk about in the last video, but I used it 6 times the last time, and I've used it 4 times since then because I did want to eventually get to 10 uses. So I rolled that one out as well. Then I've been working on my NYX HD powder, and this one's really exciting because I've hit a really big, nice, juicy pan, which I actually wasn't really expecting. I knew that I'd used a lot of this product, I really like it, but I hit pan in it really fast, and then it's just expanded this month. So there's not much product. I mean, it's going quite fast. I used it 10 times as well. I think I hit pan after the 3rd use. So that's been exciting. Then I had my Douglas highlighter palette here. This one I only used 3 times. I've used it 7 more times this month. Just have to be careful because I don't want these to pop out. I used this one once. I used this middle one twice. This one 3 times. The bronzer shade once, and then this one twice. I don't think I dipped into the blush actually, surprisingly, but I really like this palette, and this one's rolling out because I've done my 10 uses. Then I've got my e.l.f. liquid lipstick. I had this in last time. I used it 6 times. I only need to use 4 more times, which I have done. So it's been rolling out. Honestly, I really like this because it kind of, I don't put a lot on, and it just gives a really nice wash of color on the lips, and then I go over with a clearer lip gloss or a lipstick, and it just like keeps the color for a really long time. I actually really like this. This is another one that I forgot to speak about, and this is one of the ones I'm rolling out early. This is my Clarins sort of, I don't know, doodah, whatever. It's just so tacky, this, but it's got 3 eyeliners and 1 lip pet, like a lip liner pen. There you go, I found the word. And this one I used 4 times the last month. Didn't speak about it in my update. Used it 2 more times. I was supposed to obviously use it 6 more times. I'm going to roll it out. I just don't really want to be using it, so this one's going to be rolled out a little bit early. It is what it is. I've used it the 6 times. I don't want to keep using it. Then I've got my Nomad lip gloss. I actually really enjoy this, but I have to be careful with it. It is kind of goopy, so when it is goopy, I have to wait for those because it kind of leaves a little bit of those string lines, and I really don't like that. So I have to, you know, when I use it, I have to be sure not to put too much on the lips. But this one I had in the project last month. I used it 4 times. I managed to use it 6 times this last month. I just think it works really nicely with this, which is the Beauty Bay lipstick. Is the shade T. It's a matte lipstick, and I think the two just pair really nicely. This one I really like, and I've used it the 10 times. It looks an absolute mess, but I have managed to use it a lot. So this one is rolling out along with the Nomad, so that's exciting because honestly I'm really rubbish at rolling lip products out, and I've managed to be able to roll, you know, at least 3 so far, which is good. This one, however, I have not been able to use it 10 times, but I do want to roll it out just because I'm just not in the mood to wear this shade. This is the Becca in the shade Poppy, and I used it 4 times last time, and I was supposed to use it 6 more times. I've used it the once. I just don't really feel like using this really bright orange now. I don't know. I know it's great for the summer, but I'm just not into it at the moment. It just hasn't been something that I've wanted to put on. I've been wanting to wear a lot more nude pink looks at the moment, which is interesting. So this one I'm going to roll out just because I think if I leave it in for another month, I'm actually just not going to use it at all. So that one's going. And then I have the 3 eyeshadow palettes that I'm rolling out. So I am going to be rolling out the Mercury Retrograde from Huda Beauty. This one I have used 3 times this month. I used it how many times last month? 4 times last month. But obviously with my eyeshadow palettes that I roll in, I want to use it at least 5 times, but use every shade at least once, which I have done. So I've done like a no pan left behind on this, and I have 2 shiny beautiful pans in this, so it's definitely changed. I'm really happy about being able to work on this. I had this in my Zodiac project pan. This one I hit naturally. I'm still working on this shade in my Zodiac pan, so I still have this palette out, but I've used all of the shades now, and I'll put up on the screen my total uses and whatnot and what it looked like. But this one, I'm so happy it looks more loved because I really do like this palette, and it was very much neglected. And now it hasn't been, so that's good. And it's a really beautiful spring palette. This is another one that I'm being rolling out because I've used all of the shades now. This is the Yasmin from My LA Beauty, and I had it in the project the last month. And I used it 3 times last month. This month I've used it 3 more times, so 6 times in total. I don't obviously have any new pans or anything, but I have used all of the shades at least once. This one is still in a project though, so I'm going to be keeping that one, you know, around. So I'll keep the palette around, but I obviously don't need to use all the shades anymore. And you'll see on the screen, you know, all my total uses and stuff. But yeah, every time I use this palette, it's such a joy. I really, really like this palette. So that one is going to be rolling out, but I'll still be dipping into it for that one shade. And then the big one, the mega one, is the Earthly from Beauty Bay. I have finally been able to use all of the shades in this palette. It's taken me a long time. I think my 3 looks 1 palette video helped me because I kind of, you know, made myself use the shades that I wasn't able to use naturally. But yeah, this one, there's no pans, obviously. There's still so much product in here. I mean, the only shade I think you can really see a difference is Ray, because I think I use that the most. It's just the shade that I kind of gravitated towards. But I think this is a great palette. So I used it 5 more times this month. Last month I used the palette twice, so I really neglected it. And then the previous time I used it 4 times. So I've used it more than 10 times in the last 3 months, which is not a lot, but I've managed to use all the shades finally. I put up on the screen my total uses. I mean, when I rolled it in, it was brand new. I might have touched a few shades, but that was it. So there's definitely more use on everything right now, and I'm very happy because I didn't want it to just sit in my collection and not be used. It's been used now, and I have other palettes that I need to use, so that's hence why I'm trying to get it going. Okay, so that is everything that's rolling out, and everything else is staying in. So let's get into these. I've got my Maybelline Lifter gloss. This is the shade Ice. Yeah, I actually have it on today. It's a really beautiful clear gloss, but I only used it 4 times, so I want to keep it in because because it's just an easy shade to use, and I think I just was focusing on those other ones, so I kind of neglected that one this month. Oops, sorry, I forgot about this one. This is my smoothie stick from the Beauty Crop, and this one's going to be rolling out as well. This one I had in the project last time. I used it 5 times. I used it 5 more times this month. So this one's also going to be rolling out. Okay, next I've got my Melt liquid lipstick. This is the shade Sydney, and this is just really pale. I forgot how pale this was, and I did use it twice, but I wasn't a huge fan, so I'm not sure. This might be more of a winter shade for me. I thought it was going to be a little bit more of a nude, and when I bought this I thought it was going to be more of a nude, but it's definitely like a really bright baby bubblegum, not bubblegum, maybe just baby pink, and it's just a little bit too light for me, but I'm going to keep it in because I want to see if I can get a little bit more use out of that one. I've got the Essence Space Glow. This is the one where it just changes, which I think is a lot of fun. It's new. This one I've used, where is it? Oh, actually, this one's rolling. Is this rolling out? No, this is not rolling out. No, why have I got this rolling out? This is not rolling out. This one I've used 5 times, so I need to use it 5 more times so it's staying in. I've got my Colourpop lippy stick. This one is in the shade Caramello, and this one is very pink as well, so this one is also going to be staying in. I've got my 2 eyeliners here. I've got a Kiko Milano. This is the shade, what is this? I mean, this is just the black. And then this one is the gel creme liner from Colourpop, the Amethyst Hour. So the Amethyst Hour I've used 6 times. The Kiko I've used 8 times. I'm just going to keep them in. Why not? Let's just get my 10 uses on them. It's a struggle for me to use those types of products anyway, so if I'm enjoying them, I should just keep them in. I've got my Lancome blush. This is the one I have on today. So this one is the Blushing Treasure. And this one I've used 5 times, so I need to use it 5 more times. Then I've got my Essence highlighter. This is a newer product for me. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of this. It's getting a little bit of a hard pan too, and it's not super blinding, but it does give a kind of a beautiful shimmery glow. It's okay. This one I've used 4 times. Then I've got this one, which is the Shishka Baby. What are these called? These are the, oh, I can't remember, the Jelly Much Shadows from Colourpop. Orange one, I haven't used it, so that was a big dud for me. I need to keep that one in. The Hocus Pocus palette. This one I have only used the once. I think I used it in my Shop My Stash and that was it. So like my Shop My Stash video where I do my get ready with me. So this one I need to use as well. I mean, I've just barely touched it. So this one is staying in. Then I've got my NARS palette here. This is the Stargaze palette. This one I've used twice. I haven't used all of the shades yet. So this one is going to be staying in. I actually have really enjoyed using this. I know I was saying I was a little bit iffy. I wasn't sure if I made the right choice with this palette, but it's growing on me, so I do like that. The Cartagena Magica palette from Nomad. This one I've neglected again. It was in the project last month, and I've only used it once this month, and I still have not used all of the shades. Last month I did use it 3 times, so I still haven't even used the palette 5 times, which is my goal. So I definitely still need to work on this. I actually have this in a project as well, so it's going to be out, but I want to touch more of the shades. A lot of these haven't been touched, like these pink ones. So there's a lot that I need to do left with this palette. So this one is staying in. And that's everything for my Project 10 uses. So stay tuned for my Shop My Stash. When I post that, you'll see all the new products that I pull. And yeah, I'm actually really excited because the majority of items I'm rolling out. There's only maybe 2 items I'm rolling out a little bit ahead of time. Everything else I've used 10 times or more, which is good. Really happy that I was able to get the No Pan Behinds on those palettes as well and just pull some new products. So, you know, I think I did actually pretty well. I thought I was doing really badly this month, but I managed to, I guess, you know, catch up a little bit towards the end of the month. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you'd like to, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.